GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, is the reason some businesses get recommended by AIs and others don't. In the next few minutes, you'll get the complete explanation, what it is, how it differs from SEO, how to measure it, and where to start. After this, you'll know more than most agencies. Let's begin with the definition, slowly and quotable. Generative engine optimization is the systematic work of making sure a business is correctly represented, frequently named, and actively recommended in the answers of generative AI systems, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and friends. 3 words in there deserve a second look. Represented, what the AI says when someone asks about you. Named, whether you appear when someone asks about your category. Recommended, whether the AI actively suggests you when someone needs a decision. 3 tiers, 3 entirely different leagues. A quick note on those tiers. Being represented correctly is table stakes. Wrong facts cost you customers who are already looking for you. Being named is the ticket into the market of the undecided. And being recommended is the jackpot. The customer arrives pre-sold. Each tier has its own levers, which is why keeping them apart pays off. Why GEO is needed at all. Nearly half of consumers now ask AI systems for recommendations. A year earlier, it was a 16th of that. At the same time, analyses show ChatGPT actively recommends only around 1% of hundreds of thousands of business locations. Enormous demand meets a microscopic supply of visibility. Chapter 2. GEO versus SEO. 5 differences that change everything. First, the outcome. SEO produces a ranking with 10 chances. GEO decides one answer with 2 or 3 seats. There is no page 2 and no fine print. Second, where the decision happens. With SEO, it happens on your website. The click comes to you. You do the convincing. With GEO, it happens in the chat window before anyone clicks anything. Your website is no longer the stage. It's the source the stage quotes from. Third, the currency. SEO optimizes for clicks. GEO optimizes for machine trust, consistency, verifiability, third-party mentions. Fourth, the tempo. Rankings fluctuate daily. The AI's picture shifts over weeks and months. And fifth, measurability. More on that in a moment, because that's where the biggest misconception lives. Important. Before someone misquotes this video, GEO does not replace SEO. Search is the feeder system of the AI answer. Much of what Google reads, the machine behind the answer reads too. But optimizing only for rankings today means playing yesterday's game in a stadium that's being rebuilt. The term itself is young, by the way. GEO comes from recent research and competes with names like AEEO or LLM SEO. You only need to remember one thing. The goal is no longer being found. The goal is being part of the answer. Internalize that, and you can forget all the buzzwords. Chapter 3. Measurement. The biggest misconception about AI visibility goes, you can't measure it. You can, you just have to switch methods. Instead of tracking rankings, you systematically ask the AI real customer questions and log the answers. Same questions regularly, over months. From those logs come 3 metrics. The mention rate. In what share of category questions do you appear? The recommendation rate. How often are you actively suggested? And correctness. Is what the AI says about you true? 3 numbers, 1 curve, and feeling turns into steering. And because a measurement is only as good as its breadth, don't just ask ChatGPT. Gemini and Perplexity answer the same customer question in partly completely different ways. Measuring one system means knowing a third of your truth. Chapter 4. The 4 lever families. Everything that works in practice belongs to one of 4 families. Family 1. Become readable. Open crawler doors. Clear structure. Facts as text instead of PDFs. Machine readable data. The machine has to be able to grasp you. Family 2. Become verifiable. Concrete numbers instead of fluff. Prices, case studies, certificates. One consistent set of facts across every channel. Family 3. Get mentioned. Reviews, directories, press, expert articles. The third-party voices machines trust more than they trust you. And Family 4. Stay current. Visible dates. Maintain profiles, a measurable pulse. Between two equally good providers, machines reliably pick the one that looks more alive. 4 families, and every single one of the 50 ways on this channel feeds one of them. Where to start? Always with measurement. First, know whether you're recommended, mentioned, or ignored. Then, strengthen the weakest family deliberately. Without measurement, every optimization is a shot in the dark with expensive ammunition. What it feels like in practice. In the typical sequence, in month 1, the false facts disappear. In months 2 and 3, you start appearing for specific questions, your niche, your services, your town. And at some point, often unspectacularly on a Tuesday, your name shows up in a category recommendation for the first time. From then on, you defend. A word on patience, because it prevents the most common disappointment. GEO works in weeks and months, not days. The machine has to reread you. Third parties have to mention you. The picture has to settle. In return, the result is sticky in both directions. Once you're in cleanly, the next update doesn't throw you out. What GEO explicitly is not, so you can sort the vendors. Not a prompt trick, not a secret directory, not a purchasable seat. Anyone selling you a switch is selling fog. It's infrastructure work with measurable progress, closer to accounting than to magic, and that's exactly why it worked. And who does all this apply to? Everyone whose customers ask questions. Practice, firm, workshop, store, software. The mechanics are identical, only the questions change. GEO is not an industry discipline. It's the new basic skill of being findable, wherever answers get made. That was GEO in 8 minutes. The definition, 5 differences from SEO, 3 metrics, and 4 lever families. If you understood this video, you know more about AI visibility than the average of the industry selling it. The free visibility check in the description is your measurement number 1, and the 50 ways in the playlist are the toolbox.